I think we should have a conversation about the top 10 business loans for bad credit out there. If you agree, stick around till the end of today's conversation. Welcome back, folks, to another edition of the Awesome Sweetie Kiwi Show. How are you doing today? I hope you are doing fantastic. I'm doing marvelous, if you were to ask me. And if you are doing as superb as I am, go grab a cup of coffee or tea or vodka and let's roll. Today's topic is pretty interesting and important. What are the top 10 business loans for bad credit out there? Before we get into the nitty gritty, let me just share with you our evaluation approach, how we have put in place a very rigorous methodology to evaluate all the loans and lenders we are talking about in our shows. All right, now back to the list. Number 10, Street Shares. Our score 7.5 over 10. We like Street Shares because this company has one of the largest network in the country in terms of borrower network. They have a broad range of fees and rates for borrowers with a credit score above 620, but also for borrowers with a credit score below 620. And what we like also is that they cater to the military, so they cater to military veterans. And when it comes to their term loans and lines of credit, they're pretty generous. You can get something from $2,000 to $250,000, and this is pretty cool. And in terms of the condition, they will ask you you need to have at least $50,000 in annual revenue. So you got to be able to demonstrate $50,000 annual revenue for the last 3 years. Number 9, On Deck. Our score 8 over 10. We like On Deck because they offer some of the largest business loans in the country, and borrowers can borrow anywhere from $5,000 to $500,000. So if you have a bad credit and you have a business that is struggling but has potential, you'll be pleased to see that the On Deck has a lenient, very generous credit requirement, and sometimes it hovers between 520 to 600. On Deck also reduces their origination fees for each subsequent loan, so that by the time you take out your third loan or fourth loan, guess what? There are no origination fees. And we also love the fact that their penalty policies is pretty generous. So they're trying to really work with businesses who are going through a rough time. So number 9, On Deck. Score 8 over 10. Number 8, Lending Club. We love Lending Club. Lending Club doesn't require collateral for loans less than $100,000, and they also have one of the largest loan amounts available with a range of $5,000 to $150,000 now. And the great thing here is that they do not require, Lending Club does not require a minimum credit score, but it does prefer if borrowers have credit scores above 620. So if you have bad credit, you are in the 500, you are between 300 and 580 in terms of FICO score, you can still qualify. And the Lending Club is one of the few lenders in the country to offer a monthly repayment schedule. One thing we don't like, and this is on the cons of Lending Club, is that it has one of the slowest funding times out of all lenders we have reviewed, because borrowers can receive funding within 2, 3, 4 weeks. All right. Now, business owners who require fast cash might not find Lending Club to be appropriate for that reason. In addition to that, Lending Club requires businesses to be at least 2 years old, while some other lenders only prefer 1 year of operation. Number 7, Fundbucks. Fundbucks is pretty cool for a line of credit if you have bad credit and we scored this company at 8.5 over 10. The APR is kind of cool. It's kind of reasonable here in the bad credit category, if you will. That APR hovers between 10% to 80%. You got to have a minimum credit score of 550. The pros of this company is that cash can be available by the next day, and the low minimum credit score requirement is also a great benefit here. The cons: the rates are high compared to traditional banks. Again, that makes sense, because if you have bad credit, traditional banks don't want you, unfortunately for them. But this is how the game goes right now. So to qualify them, you have minimum credit score of 550, minimum time in business 3 months. That's pretty cool. So this is kind of also available to startups. The minimum annual revenue is $50,000, and Fundbox offers funding as fast as the next business day, and qualifying may be easier than expected. Number 6, Upstart. We actually rated Upstart 8.5 over 10. We love Upstart because startups with bad credit should consider Upstart. The lenders on that platform, because it's really a fintech platform, Upstart. The lenders on that platform offer loans of up to $50,000. So unlike some other personal loan lenders or commercial loan lenders, Upstart does not place restrictions on how the loan is used, so business borrowers can use the funding to grow or start a business. Business borrowers do need a credit score above 620, but in some cases they would allow business entrepreneurs and businesses that have a bad credit to also apply. Additionally, the rates you find at Upstart can be quite low, as their average cost per dollar is hovers around $1.25. It hovers between $1.10 to $1.25. The drawbacks: Upstart does not offer much flexibility with the terms, and the terms can range from 3 to 5 years. It also does have a higher, I would say, a higher application, a stricter application process, and this sometimes will slow down the process of approving the loan. Number 5, QuarterSpot. We have rated this company 9 over 10. What are the pros? QuarterSpot provides larger loans than either most online lenders for borrowers with credit score above 520. So with a loan range of $5,000 to $250,000, borrowers will see more flexibility compared to most other online lenders. Some of the things we don't like when it comes to QuarterSpot is that their range of loans they offer is a little lower than some of their competitors, for example, Cabbage or Fundbox. But and the thing here is that the QuarterSpot, according to surveys, still floats towards the more expensive end of the market. Also, businesses will need to demonstrate $16,000 in monthly revenue or $200,000 in annual revenue, which can be difficult for many small businesses if you really think about it, especially in this very testing times. For a small business to generate $200,000 a year is not really that easy. Additionally, QuarterSpot can potentially require daily repayments depending on your borrower profile, which is very frequent compared to other lenders. Number 4, Rapid Finance. And Rapid Finance is kind of cool. We love this company for the product availability. And when it comes to and we have given this company 9 over 10. Great company. Loan types: they give everything from commercial, bridge loans, invoice factoring, lines of credit, merchant cash advances, and term loans. You got to have a minimum credit score of 520. The maximum loan amount is $1 million, and this is a great company because they have a triple B rating of A+. What are the pros here? Rapid Finance they can fund business loans as fast as 1 day, 24-hour turnaround. That's fantastic. Multiple loan options are available with funds of up to $1 million, as I just said. Borrowers with all types of credit may be approved. What are the cons? Unlike many other business lenders, Rapid Finance offer loans with a monthly fee instead of an annual percentage rate. The smallest loan amount available is $5,000. And so this is something you have to really think about in terms of what works for you. Does it work for you or it doesn't work for you? One thing I also want to mention here is that you have to think about the best strategy in terms of funding and in terms of business capitalization here. Number 3, on deck, and our score is 9.5 over 10. Now this is best for short commercial loan terms. Now, On Deck is also an online lender providing small businesses with term loans and lines of credit. So the company has so far extended nearly 15 to 20 billion in loans using data analytics and digital technology to assess the credit worthiness of borrowers. This is what I was just talking about earlier when I mentioned the whole fintech thing, right? What are the pros here? Both term loans and lines of credits are available for bad credit borrowers. Borrowers with FICO scores of 520 or higher may be approved. Loans from $5,000 to $500,000 are available. What are the cons? Businesses must have at least $100,000 in minimum annual revenue to qualify, and pre-qualification is not available. One thing I also want to mention here is that the loan types are kind of limited. So you have term loans and lines of credit. And you also have to think about the fact that sometimes, even though the funding can be as fast as one day, sometimes it might take longer. So this might not be your best. I mean, I have 2 more lenders to talk to you about. So this On Deck might not be your best shot when it comes to getting overnight funding. I'll be right back right after this. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, folks, to another edition of the Awesome Sweetie Kiwi Show. I hope that you are still here with us. If you love this show, please consider subscribing to our channel and share and comment and bookmark and do everything else you want. And if you have questions, please just drop them below. We would answer you. Our team will answer you as long as the question is relevant to the topic being discussed. Number 2, Base to Credit, best for loan options. We have rated this company 9.5 over 10. We love Base to Credit. What are the pros here? This company uses a network of financial institutions, so they will match borrowers with the loan options, and they offer a wide range of loans because of that. And the drawback here is that the Base to Credit functions as a platform and not a direct lender. So this is, again, one of those fintech companies out there, and they allow lending guidelines to vary. One thing you have to remember when you're going to a Base to Credit is that their loan types are kind of diverse. So everything from lines of credits to merchant cash advances. Their minimum FICO credit score is around 500, and the maximum loan amount is $5 million. And they have a AAA rating of A+. And when it comes to business loans for bad credit, Base to Credit is a great source. It's a great destination here. Number one, the best business loan for bad credit out there right now, based on the conditions, based on our analysis, is hands down Bluevine. Bluevine is fantastic for bad credit. If your company has bad credit, they are great for you. We have scored this company 10 over 10. Bluevine was not established a long time ago, though. I mean, they've been around for nearly 7 to 8 years, but they have delivered, according to news reports, more than $6.5 billion in financing to over 125,000 small businesses. Check this out: 125,000 small businesses. And this lender offers invoice factoring credit lines of up to $5 million. What are the pros here? The pros and cons. The best features here: invoice factoring credit lines can be as large as $5 million. The disbursement usually occurs within 24 hours. And the cons: Bluevine may require a general lien on business assets, and brand new startup businesses are not accepted. One thing I want to say here is that their minimum FICO credit score of 530 is pretty cool. So that sort of falls into the category of bad credit or poor credit. And they have a AAA, they have an A+ in terms of their AAA rating. One thing I also want to mention in terms of when it comes to Bluevine is that besides invoice factoring and lines of credit and term loans, they will customize a loan package for you for your business, even if you have bad credit, depending upon the situation, depending upon the information you provided in the application paperwork. All right, folks. So now you have the top 10 business loans for bad credit, and I just want to have a quick conversation, or a quick overview about what we're talking about here. When we talk about business loans for bad credits, you have to understand that there are several loans we're talking about, right? First of all, what is bad credit? So bad credit is a FICO score that falls below 670, right? And this is what specialists call a fair or poor credit score. So you typically need a FICO score of at least 530 to qualify for a bad credit business loan, but you can get better terms with a good credit score of 670 or higher. Bad credit business loans are generally aimed at business owners with low credit scores. Not only your personal credit score, but also your business credit score may be a factor in whether you get a loan, particularly from traditional lenders. I'm talking about banks such as Citibank, JP Morgan Chase, US Bank, and so on and so forth. So as with personal credit scores, you business credit scores will have distinct scoring ranges and interpretations. So one thing is that you can definitely get a small business loan with bad credit, that's for sure. Some companies will, some lenders will require collateral, some will not. Some lenders will require a personal guarantee, some will not. It really depends. And the thing you have to be very mindful of is that when we talk about business loans for bad credit, there is a diverse range of business loans. Everything from term loans to lines of credit to equipment loans to merchant cash advances to credit lines, to lines of credit. You will need actually to be mindful of the range of funding options available out there. Now, what is equipment loans? You typically, with equipment loans, for example, lenders typically finance 80% to 100% of the cost of your equipment, and this is a part of the collateralized loans available out there. For lines of credit, if you might not need to provide any collateral. Same thing for term loans, but for equipment loans and merchant cash advance, then yes, you need to collateralize. What's an MCA? A merchant cash advance is an advance on your firm's future sales, and this can deliver quick access to capital. You often repay the advance as a percentage of your daily credit card and debit card receipts plus fees. And this is a cool option for high risk borrowers, right? And just to kind of close to this conversation, I want to say that if you want to get a small business loan at better terms, you got to do two things, and you have to do those two things simultaneously. You need to improve your personal credit, and you need to improve your business credit score. Those two things must be done simultaneously. And once you do that, you will have access to better terms, loans, things like loan options, cost, customer service, eligibility requirements. All those things will improve as you grow your business and also improve your credit score. All right, folks, this was just a small conversation at the end of the list here, and I want to quickly recap today's conversation. What are the top 10 business loans for bad credits? Number 1, Bluevine, score 10 over 10. Number 2, Beast2 Credits, score 9.5 over 10. Number 3, On Deck, 9.5 over 10. Number 4, Rapid Finance, 9 over 10. Number 5, Quarter Spot, 9 over 10. Number 6, 8.5 over 10. That's Upstart. Number 7, Fundbox, that's 8.5 over 10. Number 8, Lending Club, 8.5 over 10. Number 9, On Deck Working Capital, that's we have a score of 8 over 10. And number 10, Street Shares, 7.5 over 10. I will see you next time, but until then, remember, stay marvelous.